which is us. When we say fucked up generation,
don't be a fuck up.
we mean ourselves too, because we're a part of this.
Yeah, we're not saying that we're better than
we're not saying we're better than you. We're saying we're aware of it.
Yeah.
What can we do about it?
Yeah, we should acknowledge it, and we should talk about these things more. If my post has offended any of you, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, don't. Me, when I post something and people get offended, I'm like, maybe it's true.
Hey,
Check yourself.
If the shoe fits, fucking wear it. Yeah. This guy, I can say, in an instance, this guy smashes a girl and then probably recorded her and then sent it to all his mates and then they posted it on social media and then she gets cyberbullied,
Yeah.
That's how it starts. But the guys who do that, if you do that, you're a fucking weirdo, man. You're a fucking weirdo.
That's a dick move, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Like,
you're fucked up.
No, but why do girls allow them to film in the first place? If it was consensual between the both of them, then they should
but why would you
keep it
trust
private.
someone of all keep that there?
Keep videos.
Yeah.
Again,
it should be a private thing.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching this episode. This episode was sponsored by me. Yes, I do have a business and I do this professionally. If you have video needs or photographs, I do take pictures. I'll just drop some samples right here for you to see. And just message me on Instagram. I go by Yabil Media. I'm sure a lot of you who watch these videos already know me, but if you don't know, I have a business on this and I do this for other people as well. If you want videos, let me know in the alarm rang. Anyway, thank you so much to everyone who keeps watching this channel and supports us. You are fucking legends. I can't express myself enough. You guys are the reason why we do this and keep doing it. If you want to be a part of the show, just reach out to me or any of the boys in the videos or the Noga Lesman page. Just leave us a message and we'll get back to you, or Victor will get back to your producer who's gonna message. Yes, and if you want to sponsor us or be happy to support us, I know people would watch this and say, oh my God, they're asking for handouts. But we're just going to put it out there. Thank you so much. If you think about supporting us, please reach out to me as well. We can talk about that. And look forward to bringing you some amazing content next episode. Peace out. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Noga Lesman Show. You know how it is. We are here back at Life Gymnasium for another episode. If you don't know where Life Gymnasium is, it is a gym located inside of Holiday Inn. I will leave all the links in the description for you to find out. All right, without further ado, this episode might trigger some of you. So if you feel like you don't want to be triggered today, skip. Today we're going to talk about how fucked up the generation is. Yes, I said it. But first, let me introduce the people who are going to discuss this with me today. On my left, I got my angles right, is Rachel. Rachel is from Nagunan Fitness. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so like you heard, my name's Rachel. I'm the owner of Nagunan Fitness, a small fitness group. I'm from Rabaul, hence the name.
Is that Nagunan?
Yeah. Nagunan means home, so it's like a home fitness
Really?
space. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. So Turagunan is like man, like
Houseman.
Houseman, yeah.
Okay. Shout out Turagunan. Boy man. Sorry, continue.
No, that's about it.
That's about it? Yeah, okay, cool. On my right, we have Ched.
Hi, Jed Morrison here. Follow me on Facebook. Jokes.
No, really, do follow her on Facebook, yeah.
I'm a recently turned gym rat. I come here to Life Gym, I think 3 months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, started my fitness journey. That's about it. Nothing much to say.
Nice, nice. Okay. Right, we're gonna jump into the meat of the conversation and break the ice. So I showed them the message, but I'll just read it out. Just for transparency's sake, I'll put it up so you guys can watch it. I'm not gonna read everything, but the part that she mentioned was that it's a she, by the way. I'm not gonna name her because I didn't have any permission to expose her like that. So she said some good things about me. I don't have to say that. And she said, I personally feel that my generation have become immensely self-absorbed and need a stern reminder about living a purposeful life. It'll be awesome to hear you speak on these points with a guest. So, yeah. What do you guys think about that? To start off with, let's separate the generations, right? So there's Gen Z, there's millennials, and then what's the new ones? There's Gen Z and millennials.
Gen Z is the
Gen
latest
X?
one. There's Gen Z, and then the millennials, and then the Gen X, and then the baby boomers.
The baby boomers, yeah. Okay, so dates. What do you? Can we Google that shit? See if I can Google it. Yeah, if you have a question, Google it. Learn.
Yeah, so I think, I mean...
You said it, right?
Gen Z is the ones born, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've read that Gen Zs are born between the years 1995 and 2005. And the ones before 1995 are millennials. So I was born in 1998, so I'm an older member of the Gen Z. Yeah.
Right. 98.
1998. Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't feel like I'm a Gen Z, I feel like I'm more of a millennial.
Yeah, I've always considered myself a millennial. Honestly, I think it's because I don't know, the Western world came to us late, maybe. I don't know. Or the type of environment that we were raised was different. Yeah. So the Gen Z is like 97 to 2012. Millennials are 81 to 96. The Gen X, 65, that's 90s, by the way, 19th century. 1965 to 1980. And the baby boomers, 1955 to 1964. Wow. So the baby boomers are currently the ones working and feeding us. And then the Gen X are trying to do the same. Yeah, because I've noticed like a lot of our government offices, they're baby boomers. Like the heads, people in power.
Yeah.
They're baby boomers.
Yeah.
Bro.
And that is why they've really stuck onto the
Old
traditional
ways,
ways.
yeah.
Like if you introduce say, hey, look, this is how it works. This is how the way things work here. But it's not really as efficient. We want to change. We want to change. The processes in which these things work. And you present that idea to them, and they're like,
I'd rather go this way.
let's just stick to what works now, because what you bring is it's not cost effective, it's not this, it's like, let's just be comfortable. And they're very reserved to change.
Yeah.
They're very reserved, whereas people in our generation, they're very open and welcome to change,
And that's all true, because you will never find a 46-year-old. Well, it's very rare. There are some rare people who decided to change and embracing the new pasando now and technology and adapting to it. But there's quite that's stingent glass ceiling, I call it.
Yep.
Of people who are just too self-absorbed to change their old ways, you know? And it's bad for us. It's leading us down a ditch. But the good thing is, what can we do about it? Well, it's not a good thing, but it's like a question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? if you say a scenario, I'm gonna give you a scenario. If you have a parent and you had a better way, have a better way of doing something that will not only save time but save money and cost efficient, right? And you presented that idea, and that person came back and rebutted and like, oh no, we've always done it this way. It's already worked, like you said. What would be your rebuttal to that?
I guess I wouldn't. Like, I'll be like, okay, if it works for you, because I guess, like, if you're changing something, you gotta also take into consideration how they're going to take it and how long it'll take for them to process to how you would do it. And then you also thinking about, like, what could go wrong, or if something does go wrong, they might be like, see, I told you, with my method, it would be much more easier. You could have overcome it. But with this, so you actually have to be like, if you think you're putting something new into like a new system or whatever, you got to be prepared fully. Like, if this happens, and you'll know how it works.
How it works and how it doesn't, yeah. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I also feel the same about that one. But also, don't you think, like, we should also weigh the pros and cons of this generation? Like, there's a lot of pros and cons. Like, with this generation, we're very tech savvy. We're very independent. We're also open to different ideas. Like as opposed to the older generation. I'm not calling millennials old, but I'm saying, like, y'all not old yet, wait. Anyways, but like in terms of, like, especially in work environments, in say, if I were to introduce like a new gadget or a new thing to them, they're like, I'm gonna stick with my Nokia. But you either adapt to it and learn about it, or you get left behind. It's the same with how Nokia is. They just went out of business.
Yeah, Nokia went out of business.
Went out of business because they didn't have the capacity to adapt to the modern tech and all that stuff.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they sold that business to some other tech company.
Yeah.
But I remember a time when Nokia was dominating the market.
Yeah, Nokia was, man. We grew up with Nokia, and BlackBerry, and what happened to those brands?
BlackBerry.
Yeah, what
I
happened to them?
remember that.
Corolla and all
I
that
don't
stuff.
know.
What happened to them?
Motorola just went down. Like
Yeah.
my first smartphone was a Motorola.
Yeah.
At least somewhat of a smartphone. The flip one.
Coral.
Yeah.
Coral 600.
KZ or something.
Oh.
KZ something. Yeah, Coral 600. Yeah.
The red ones.
Yeah.
The red flip ones. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, those
but
are the shit, man.
yeah, and also coming back to, like, how
Pros and
fucked up
cons,
our
yeah.
generation is. I think what the main issue is, they just have a lack of awareness.
Yeah.
They have a lack of awareness, and also, like, just real life issues. They're just
Yeah.
very
Distracted.
in a bubble.
Yeah.
They're in a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, self-absorbed.
Yeah.
They care about what's in their circle,
Yeah.
Like what's in it for me.
Yeah.
If you ask a young person nowadays to do something for you,
Yeah.
the first question they will ask you is what's in it for me.
Yeah.
Again, self-absorbed.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I swear, I ask my siblings,
Yeah.
like right now, if you're watching, ask your siblings to do something for you. The first thing they will tell you is what I'm trying.
Yeah.
And do you
Bagi me
think?
amas.
Yeah, bagi me amas. So what am I going to get out of it? And you think like that we're trying to like change and help. And man, it's crazy
Yeah.
how self-absorbed we become.
Yeah.
That we refuse to see what's happening in the rest of the world. Like you said in one of your
Yeah.
posts, how do we expect to make a global impact when
Yeah.
we're talking about some
Yeah.
kitty, fucking Kimberly all the time?
Yeah, no, honestly, because I don't
we
know,
talk
I
about that.
opened-
Let's talk about that.
What was
Like,
this on Wednesday or Thursday or something? I opened my phone and then there were 3 or 4 people talking about Kimberly. And I was like, what the fuck is Kimberly? But I was like, I don't care. And then I was just I wish more people were like that instead of, because why are we, why are we encouraging that, the more we talk about something, the more attention we give it. It's just like we're fueling an unnecessary topic. We're just giving like...
What fucks me up more is like, people know it's bad and they still do it.
Yeah.
Purely out of ignorance and entertainment.
Yeah, and...
Oh, man.
I saw, one of the brothers at the gym, man. He posted a video of him. We were taking a video of him
he
doing
did
the squat.
250.
Yeah, he was lifting 250.
Yo, shout out to me. I'll put the clip now.
Let's go. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight. Pull, pull, pull. Up, 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 up. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Brother Jordan shared it on his Instagram. He was like, this young man in the gym, there, and then what are you doing? You're in your room, like, feeding yourself with cheap dopamine,
On TikTok.
on TikTok and
Doing TikTok dances and all that
stuff.
shit.
And, like, why aren't our generation, why aren't people in our generation, more open, not open-minded, but like, why don't they try to pursue things outside of themselves, to why don't
The
they
ultimate
try to,
sacrifice, as Jordan Peterson likes to say.
why don't they try to pursue things that are bigger than themselves, try to push beyond your limits, read a fucking book, or challenge yourself, like, okay, hey, I'm gonna cut off alcohol for a year, these are, and like how people do this New Year's resolutions, and then they don't stick to it. But like, when you actually commit yourself to those things, and then after, when you come out of it, like, when you achieve those goals and you come out of it, it's not the, how to say, it's not more about the, it's about the journey, but it's more of like how, the person you become after the...
So being
after
true to
the-
yourself, right?
Yes, being true to yourself and the person that you become.
You
the
sort of
habits
build
that
on it,
you-
yeah.
It's just...
It's healthy dopamine.
Yeah, and I
Delayed
wish,
gratification.
I wish a lot of people in our generation, my generation, also millennials,
Our generation,
were to
Pursue that.
like things higher than themselves,
I feel like they're just following a trend that
Yeah, it's
shouldn't
all about
really
that.
be.
It's
It
just-
shouldn't really be a trend. Like that Kimberly thing. Like,
It's
why
dumb,
are people even following it? Like, even people saying or questioning it, like, oh, who's Kimberly, or what is this? Like, why the fuck do you need to post it up? Like,
even
sorry,
now, I
my
don't even know what
language,
what was that for. What was that all about? Like,
Exactly.
So I found out actually why. I think you both know. It's about like a sex tape that someone made, which is
thought so.
disgusting. I don't know why people are just openly asking for it on the internet, for people to send it to them. You disgusting snob.
Exactly. The trend. They all
Yeah,
want.
they
all
want to be informed. They want to belong to that group of like, oh, when people talk about it, I don't want to be left alone. Like, oh, at least I've seen it, so now I know. And then like, oh my God, it's just so.
it's sort of like a sense of like belonging in
Yeah.
a group, because like if you talk about it, like if you say, like if we're talking about Kimberly and if the other guy doesn't know about it, he'll be like, okay, I feel like an outsider. I need to know about
Yeah.
it, So if
to be the law.
yeah, even if he's like, even if his intuition tells him it's not right, it's not, it's not.
Deep down, you know.
You know, yeah.
You fucking know
Yeah, like it's
that
not-
that shit is not good
Yeah.
for you.
But then you go ahead, it's like, I want to belong in that group,
Yeah.
I want to be accepted, and so, fuck it. It's yeah.
I guess
yeah,
that's
who's
the
Kimberly?
thing
Yeah,
that, like,
Kimberly is this.
That's
blah,
the
blah.
really,
It's dumb.
that's like the meat thing that drives trends for people who want to belong. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves. That's how trends start and they catch on.
Yeah.
It's because kids are lost. Like
Yeah.
a lot of our millennials, and that's one thing too I've noticed is that if you ask one of like our peers or like people younger than you, like where do you see yourself? Questions like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Or like 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Or what do you want to become? And it's interesting because I had that conversation with someone yesterday. And she was, I think, doing grade 10 at Badi Hagwa or something. And I asked them, like, where do you see yourself? And she said, oh, no, I don't know. I'll find a job, like whatever that comes my way, and then just figure it out. And I mean, I don't blame her, right?
It's tough.
When I was in grade 10, I was in the same position, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know shit. But that doesn't mean you have to be ignorant about, again, finding something to do bigger than yourself. And that's what causes a lot of teens to go like, crazy and give up the most sacred part of themselves, especially like women, giving up their virginities for some young boy or something. And it's just sad, really, to see how people will just throw themselves away just to belong,
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I mean, I'm not shitting on technology, but don't you guys think like technology also
That's
is...
one of the cons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You were mentioning like pros and cons,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of our generation.
Yeah.
One of the cons is that
Yeah.
we've constantly fed our minds that short form of dopamine, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. Like you guys should go watch Andrew Huberman, how he breaks down dopamine from like a psychological and biochemical point of view and simplifies it, bro. That guy is crazy. So I've been on that recently and trying to understand how your brain works and how dopamine triggers motivation, discipline, and it drives you to like basically function as a self-aware person, right? Because being on this road that I'm on of trying to do something worthwhile with my life, which everybody should be doing, is it's weird now that you'll find yourself, if you're trying to you come to the gym and you have that mental clarity and try to better yourself mentally, you'll find that you're separated from everyone else again.
Yeah.
Which is weird because everyone else should be on that side, and
Instead of
instead of the other side.
Yeah.
It's funny how the plates are turned. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it is. Technology through the use of like social media,
Yeah, especially social media.
compulsive social media use,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just
mindless scrolling.
mindless scrolling is just. I'm guilty. Sometimes I do it, especially when I wanna
Right. I'm guilty. Same.
Yeah.
It's
But the good thing is, the more you realize that I'm just mindlessly scrolling, let me do something else.
Yeah.
Then your brain will start to recognize the pattern, right?
Yeah.
It's all about self-awareness. If you can recognize I'm not doing anything useful. And last 2 days I've been catching myself doing that. Because I've been going on TikTok, and then the reason why I'm on TikTok and all these other social media platforms is to promote my content, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that doesn't mean I have to always be there and watch it, right?
Yeah.
I can just go post the content and then just go off.
Yeah.
And you guys should try it. I turned off notifications on my social media apps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I only have WhatsApp, emails. Yeah, that's about it. So when I get notified when I get WhatsApp and emails, so it's easy for me to reply and keep, because I do run my business and stuff as well, so I can communicate. It's only when I tap on the applications that
You lose yourself.
yeah.
And then they said that
1 hour later, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no, it's actually they said approximately the average person, they spend like up to 5 to 6 hours a day on social media, just mindless scrolling. And I'm honestly guilty. Like I'll be on my desk just on TikTok and just scrolling. And once I'm in, and then I'm like, oh shit, fuck, I have to do this. Okay, I want to switch off my phone now. Or like my boss calls me, hey, what's the report? Like, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, 20 minutes. And all that heavy social media use is linked to anxiety, depression, poor sleep, lack of motivation,
Yeah, sleep is a big thing, eh? I was starting to realize that too.
and just like social skills, lack of social skills. And you find like a lot of young people, they're just very awkward, you know?
Yeah.
When you talk to them, they're just like, they don't look up to you at all
yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't have that social skills, you know? They
True.
don't.
No, it's
Nothing.
not. It's not that. Because they're used to looking at a phone.
And typing.
Yeah, and then you're like, you know, if you talk to them, like, hey, you know, they can't properly start a conversation,
No.
or they don't have the ability to hold a conversation. Yeah, it's
No.
just,
It's sad, really.
yeah.
Just
Have you
text them. They'll probably respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who communicate better through text than in person.
Then, yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I've actually
I
met
get
a few.
that. Like, I feel like there was one time was, you know, that someone messaged the page, one on my page, and was like, oh, hey, like really open. So I'm thinking, okay, this person must be. And I'm like, okay, yeah, come by. And then they come by and they're so awkward.
And you talk to them,
Like,
they're
it's
like,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
You can sense that vibe, like, ugh,
yeah, and it's just like,
slap you.
Yeah.
and then after the session, they're like, that was such an amazing bro, could have said that like,
You could have said that in
when-
person, yeah. Why? Yeah. Or you hang out with someone, like you hang out with someone, and then they're just like, you know, they only like say 2 or 3 words
Yeah.
the whole time, and then when they get home, hey, it was nice to meet you, and then they're like,
I had a
all this
great
long
day.
paragraph, like, what? Man, nah, I'm not doing this again.
Nah.
Yeah.
I feel like that face-to-face communication with
Interactions,
anyone,
yeah.
the interaction with anyone face-to-face is just, it's awkward.
Yeah.
Like it's slowly like not there
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about dating?
Oh, man.
Like, if you like, would you just go up and be like, up to a person?
No,
be
people
like,
don't
hey,
do
I
that
like you.
anymore.
People don't
You
do that
wouldn't go
anymore.
up?
don't.
You wouldn't. You would either tell a mate like, can you go tell that?
Yeah, go
person
get my
that?"
number.
And it's
Give her my
like,
number.
you're literally right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that the confidence level is low.
It is.
Yeah.
You guys, like, which one would you prefer personally? If someone comes up to you and asks on behalf of someone, would you give them like your number or something?
Ah, fuck that.
No.
I like confidence. I feel like confidence is sexy. Like
Yeah.
if someone walks out and like I'd be pissed off of the audacity,
Yeah.
but I'm like, hey, you know,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I'm probably
Respect. I respect that.
I
yeah.
respect that. Yeah.
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 No, it's true. Because I have friends like in high school,
Yeah.
and like even now, there's some friends at work that just ask me like, "Hey, I like this girl. Can you like talk her?" I'm like, bro, you're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Walk up to her and ask yourself.
And then when they start dating, you're like the third wheel or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
I don't
nah.
like being the third wheel. I've been that throughout high school. I'm not doing that again. Nah, man, nah. Honestly.
Yeah.
But then, like that, since we're on dating, right? Dating has changed. Yo, dating has changed.
Yeah.
Like, are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
You? No? You?
But I can see the change there. Like,
Yeah. So, single life is best.
Yeah.
I
No
can
doubt
tell you
about
that
that.
much. I can
No
tell you
doubt
that
about
much.
that.
5 minutes. Can we reset? 5 minutes. Let's just reset.
You don't know you're inviting a serial killer into
Yeah.
Gotta be all those weirdos. Yeah.
But then most people nowadays are just about body counts. You
Yeah.
know? They just want to
oh yeah,
smash and pass. That's
yeah.
all.
That's what I mean.
That
what I
is
mean.
considered dating, actually.
Smash and
What?
To-
Smash and pass?
Yeah, to like most people now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't.
I'm
It's
probably
not
new to
dating.
this, man.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
No, like-
I would think it's a thing, but I wouldn't call it like a date.
Well,
It's like a one-night stand. Would you call a one-night stand a date?
no, it's a one-night stand.
Yeah, a one-night stand
That's
is a
the
one-night
same
stand.
as smash and pass.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
but there are people.
Yeah, but like, I
who
think
are-
I get,
yeah,
I think I get
there
you.
are people who are just there
Talking to you.
to smash, and then they go do
oh,
their
like
thing.
you,
Once
a
they
lead
smash,
up. Like,
Yeah.
Once they smash you, they're done with you, and
Yeah.
then yeah. But then in the head, like I dated her.
I dated her before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like that. I dated you instead of
Yeah.
saying, I mean, it was a hookup, and just don't talk about it. Don't brag about it. Even.
Yeah, I guess. But
When
then
did
it's like,
bragging about this become a thing?
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
crazy.
That's another thing that's like
Yeah.
that's happening with this.
Yeah, it's and when you say that, like bragging about these things, it tends to go on social media, and then the girl gets cyberbullied, you know, like, oh, you know, okay, say, you know, this guy, okay, say, in an instance, this guy smashes a girl and then probably recorded her and then sent it to all his mates, and then they posted it on social media, and then she gets cyberbullied, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. But the guys who do that, yo, if you do that, you're a fucking
You're a
weirdo, man.
dickhead.
You're a fucking weirdo.
That's a dick move, man. Don't do that. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like-
you're fucked up.
No, but why do girls like allow them to film in the first place? If it was consensual between the both of them, then they should like
but why would you
keep it
trust
private.
someone of all, like, keep that there?
Keep videos.
Yeah.
Again,
Like, it should be
people-
a private thing.
Yeah. Man, people just want to have memories of everything. If you don't have pictures, it didn't happen. So they're like,
I saw a meme about that yesterday. Like, if we didn't have a video, if we don't have a video or a baby, we didn't
Yeah, we
sleep
didn't-
together.
yeah.
Like, what?
But you
What?
see, like,
And it's so normalized. Like,
yeah, like,
is.
like you would read it and be like, oh, that's a joke. But
Yeah.
people actually read it and are like, okay, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
So
This is-
I either have to have a baby or
Or
I have to take a
have a
video.
Yeah.
Like, they put it as a reality
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, they see this like that's
that's how dangerous
That's how
social
it is.
media is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
People use social media as first-hand information.
Exactly.
And they educate themselves through social media again. Yo, don't fucking educate yourself. Like,
like,
oh my God.
you know how they say, oh, the world is flat.
yeah.
Like, and if
A flat,
if
flat
ev-
Earth theory. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the flat
and
earth
then
theory.
everyone would believe
it,
that.
yeah.
And it's like,
Do you believe in flat earth theory?
No,
Fuck
no,
no.
I don't.
Fuck no.
I don't even.
Fuck no.
That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever
I
heard.
got told this when I was in grade 9, and it was by one of my teachers. So I was like, you know, he's a teacher. Like, he knows his shit. This world is fucking flat. Until he was like, you know, he explained the theory more, and I was just like,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, social media is dangerous.
yeah, it is.
The shit that you're watching. You don't know how dangerous it is until you subconsciously put it into your life
Yeah,
without knowing. It sort of kind of happens.
yeah, it
You
does.
know, like the sex thing that we're talking about. Smash and pass and body counts and whatnot. People used to brag about that shit.
Yeah.
Before, when we didn't have phones, it was just amongst our peers, right?
Yeah.
Like for us men, I know for a fact that if a guy went out and smashed the girl, they'll come and tell us like, oh, you see that girl? Yeah,
I did
smashed her.
already, yeah.
But then way back in the day, it would be like,
It was like camaraderie, locker
Yeah,
room
like-
type of chat, right?
yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't publicly known to everyone.
Yeah, and
But-
it was taboo to do that. Like,
Yeah.
you would call that an affair.
Yeah.
If you were to, you know,
Yeah,
go outside of your marriage or go outside of your
exactly, right.
relationship.
You saying that you know, like there's a lot of, you know, don't believe stuff on social media. That's, you know, that's true. And also, I think, you know, as a person, we have a responsibility also to fact check things out, to like,
Yeah.
okay, distinguish what is right,
What is straight,
what is
yeah.
wrong, what is true, what is false, you know. And our generation, these fucking kids are lazy. They don't want to.
We don't do that.
They're fucking lazy. They do not want to go and like, okay, is it true? Okay, I'm just gonna go and search it out.
Yeah,
So,
I'll search it
no,
out.
they're just like, okay, yeah, that's true.
And then
Especially-
share it, and
yeah,
then
especially with the, you know, the COVID-19.
Yeah, the COVID thing,
There's
oh,
a lot
man.
of misinformation out there. Like,
The COVID was the worst time when I saw
that's when it
firsthand.
started. That's when
Yeah.
it started, I
Yeah.
guess.
and then like us, like as younger generation, as like people in the tech era, the modern era, we have a responsibility also
To educate,
our you know, our older generation, because they're not tech savvy as us, so they rely on us to like, okay, is
Yeah.
this true?
Yeah.
But then us being lazy, we don't want to go and fact
Like,
check. We're like,
yeah, it
yeah,
is,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I heard it too.
Yeah, and they're like misinformed. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of misinformed people out there about
So, like,
COVID and
The misinformation was so bad. When you tell someone that same information, they will go and tell someone else, but add their own, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
it's a whole
nothing.
different thing.
Yeah, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Nothing from you went to that
It's
person.
like Chinese whispers.
Honestly.
Yeah, Chinese whispers. Like you add one line,
Yeah.
and then you pass it on, and then you change it. Yeah. Oh my
It
God.
was like that time of the elections, and then there was that brawl outside.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
DC, and then there were brawls everywhere. And then there was one time where there was a incident that happened at one of the markets, and they called the police, and it went out on social media. But apparently, it was husband and wife arguing. And it's like nothing to do with the elections. So it's like
Yeah.
this
Misinformation again.
Like it leads to serious
Yes.
like they had the police escort or whatever there.
And again, like, I'm saying social media is a bad place, but it has its good sides.
Yeah.
Like, if you take the time to fact check and learn stuff through fact checking, then you'll actually be like, have the right information to give out.
Yeah.
But then I'm guilty because sometimes when I hear people say something that it's not true and I know that it's not true, I don't even bother correcting them. I'm like, yeah.
Leave
It's
it.
whatever, yeah.
Because the first thing I say is like, oh, that's not true. And then they'll be like, okay, so what is true? And then in my head, like, I don't know what's true.
But
So
this
I'm-
is not true.
Yeah, but that is not, I know that this is not true, but I don't know what's the truth, so let me go find out first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that happens a lot. I guess it depends how you use it,
Yeah.
how you use social media.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of good uses.
Yeah, there is. Anyway, going back to the dating part,
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't really,
Yeah, sorry, I touched it a little
yeah,
bit.
we kind of swiveled away from it. But yeah, dating has changed in the past. Like, first, did you record like the part where we said we're talking about the first date and whatnot? Oh, good man. Judah, shout out to Judah behind the camera. So yeah, going back to the first date scenario, a lot of people just dating is all about like sex, and it's weird that people are just okay with doing that stuff.
Yeah. It's like, you pull up your phone, you're scrolling and then you see a photo of a girl, right? And then you say, oh, okay, I want to smash that.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like, okay, what is her personality like? What is she like? What is she like? Is she a good person, or like, are my morals aligned with her?
Yeah.
No, it's none of that. It's just I want to smash
Yeah.
her. That's it. And then they, go into the DMs. They're like, hey, that's it. Like no depth, no
Yeah.
whatever. It's just like, hey, or like, hey, sexy, or,
Yeah.
like.
Man, we like some of the
Oh my
lines.
God, it's.
Men's honest, we suck. Man, we suck because like we can't do pickup. Our pickup game in PNG sucks, bro.
Have you seen women and the flirting game? It's way off.
I haven't.
Women and the.
Like again, I've been single for a long time. Give me an example.
I've been single for a while, so I have no idea, man.
Hey, coaches don't play. Coaches don't play. But what's it like being in a steady
like-
relationship? Yeah.
Yeah, someone in a relationship.
yeah.
What is it like?
It's like we've known each other for 5 years now, so
You've been together for 5 years.
yeah, like it's normal for us. Like we're not really out like public and whatnot, but we keep to ourselves. So I guess it's a different, like it's not like we're looking outside.
Yeah,
anyway.
okay.
We're
Just
set.
value your privacy and all
Yeah,
that.
like we're set. So we respect each other, and yeah, like it's totally different. But like I can see where today's generation is with finding relationships. Like it may be difficult, or others may think like, like you said, like the smash and pass. Or you see someone like, I guess you have to find someone that really connects with you, like what you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So
You have to find someone who's comfortable with doing nothing. You just sit down together. You don't have to say anything. You sit
Yeah.
down and then just
You just enjoy the
each other's
company,
like
yeah.
peace and quiet.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you can get to that level,
then
Yeah.
you're set.
you're set. But like
A
if
lot of people can't do that.
yeah, say if I were to get into a relationship now, and if I'm sitting with the other person, right, and I'm on my phone, they're on their phone, and they're going obviously they're going to be thinking like, okay, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, is she mad at me or what?
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, hey, are you mad? Like, no, I'm just
I'm chilling.
Chilling.
you know.
yeah. What
But
did
then
you?
that's the thing. Do you think people should play with their phones when you go out on a date?
No.
I mean, like in this scenario, like you're just chilling at home, you're just
Yeah.
sitting together,
Yeah.
just,
Okay.
just at home, You're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
doing
that's
anything.
that's fine. Nah.
Yeah.
But if you're out like on a restaurant,
I
or-
hate that. I
yeah, like
hate people on their
you're
phone.
talking with them and then their
Yeah.
phone vibrates
Yeah.
and then they pick it up. You're like, oh my god, that disrespect. Personally, I find that disrespectful.
I feel like it's disrespectful also if you have your phone on the table.
Yeah, even on the table,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
What's
I don't respect you, you know?
I'm
Like,
here, but I don't respect you.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Or like
Yeah.
you're talking to them and they're on the phone like, and then, but they're not like fully engaged, you know?
no.
And you feel like, okay, I mean, it's not like I want to make me a priority or I want you to make me a priority. It's just that like, you know, we should be interacting. We should be interacting and not.
But again, if you're gonna commit time to like date someone, you should make it a priority. In that time that you commit, everything else just doesn't matter. Yeah. 'Cause that in itself is the act of commitment and like respect. Because if you can't do that, doesn't matter whatever fucking $1 million company you run, it can wait, right? Unless someone's dying. Someone better be dying.
Someone close to you.
Yeah. Then you like pick up your phone and like do that, honestly. Because otherwise, just put your phone away, man. Like put your phone away for some time.
So you know the detrimental effects of like how social media has sort of carved out the way of thinking of people in our generation. Okay, so this is how a relationship should be. This is how she should be acting. This is how he should be acting, you know?
Quote unquote society.
Society, yeah. So, like, say, you know, all these meme pages out online. So they say, okay, this lady has like 2 or 3 baby daddies. That's normal. But that's not normal, right? Okay, like say this girl, she goes out, she's got a side nigga or a side dish. That's normal. That's not normal. And it's so normalized on Facebook that people in my generation now, they do not want to date also because they're thinking, okay, if I'm dating this guy or if I'm dating this girl, I don't know if he or she has a side piece or a side dish.
Yeah, side dish.
Yeah. And then and they don't and like in terms of like, you know, miscommunication and all that stuff, like if you don't, you know, if you two don't communicate well enough, he or she, they're gonna be thinking like, okay, this person is definitely out there cheating right now. Because I've seen it on Instagram, I've seen a meme or I've seen a quote that says this, and this person is actually doing this right now.
Acting it right.
Which is it's
That's crazy, man. But you're right. I mean, there's no lie, man. It's all facts. Because a lot of people just don't know how, again, fact check.
yeah.
To filter. That filter process, I think you mean lost it, man. Because like, when you see something online or on social media, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
Yeah.
see it,
It's just
filter
out
it,
there.
it's just out there.
Yeah.
Like, but the young kids now, they see it, like, this is how it is, you know. They just soak it in.
Yeah.
Because they're at that stage, like, especially between the early teens and adulthood, they're just a sponge, you know. They're just absorbing. And then they become fucked up in the 30s and don't know what to do. And
Don't you think it's also because of like, you know, childhood trauma?
A lot of people are raised that. That's another topic. Do you guys want to go into that? Like childhood trauma and imposter syndrome and
Why not?
parenting. So China has really opened up my mind in terms of like imposter syndrome and like self-worth and dealing with childhood trauma. And I kind of did some of my own research. And by research, I mean I watched a ton of YouTube videos. So into that. So imposter syndrome, like that doubt, self-doubt. Self-doubt usually comes about because when you were little, you weren't really validated as a child. They didn't give you enough attention, right? So when a lot of kids these days, it's like parents have their jobs, they come back, they have some babysitter, right? And the babysitter is just doing their job too, or babysitting. So they're not necessarily, and some babysitters do, they care from like a place of like love and affection and all that. But some are just there to like take care of the kid, make sure that he or she eats. But then the kid develops an attachment to the babysitter instead of the parent, you think. So when they grow up and they realize that attachment to the babysitter was not supposed to happen, then it's like, it's torn apart, you think. So it's a really bad thing. I'm not saying babysitters are bad.
No. Yeah, but
What I'm saying is you have to, like, the parent has to spend enough time with the
Exactly,
child as
yes.
well. So, like, when you're raised up, you have that relationship, that
You
love,
have that love and
yeah,
that nurture. Yeah.
that nurture with your parents. I wasn't raised by a babysitter. Like, my mom spent a lot of time raising us.
Oh.
There was a few years that I was raised with a babysitter, but I barely remember her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all my childhood memories are like of my mother, which I'm grateful for. But there are some kids who are like all of their childhood memories. I know for like my cousins, babysitters all around because their parents always work and stuff. But yeah, that's sort of like the foundation of imposter syndrome, of like doubting yourself. And then when parents say, "Oh, you're useless," or stuff like, "Oh, you don't do nothing right," or they, say bad words, things to you,
Put you down and all that.
put you down
Yeah.
when you're little.
Yep.
Even your siblings, when they like
Yep.
talk down to you and stuff,
Yeah.
it really affects you more than you know.
Yeah.
And when you,
Psychologically.
yeah, psychologically, and you don't become aware of it until you kind of, what's that word? Subconsciously, unconsciously do it.
Yeah.
Like it's muscle memory,
Yes.
So you doubt yourself without actually thinking about doubting yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a dangerous place to be in.
It's
That
become
was
sort of like a
me.
habit.
It's like a habit, yeah. And you don't want to do that.
You kind of develop it, over the years.
Yeah, it's like a growth, man. It just stays under there until when it matters,
It's
it
like
just
a fucking tumor.
Yeah.
yeah, it just fucks with you, man. You don't know it until someone tells you, "Yeah, bro, you got that." And that's what happened to me. And like when Chan told me, "Bro, you got imposter syndrome. You gotta fix that shit." So the first steps was to like be aware of it, basically. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, it's there. I'm aware
Acknowledge
of it, But every time you sort of trigger that self-doubt and that imposter syndrome, remind yourself, fuck that bullshit. It's not true.
Yeah.
I am capable of doing this. Like reaffirm yourself,
Yeah.
I am confident, I am. And that sort of self-awareness lacks in a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you can't really explain it to someone until they stumble upon it themselves. That's, I think, the best way to explain self-awareness. It's self-awareness. So when you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I just went deep for a second there.
You said something about, we were talking about how girls sleeping with guys that, and you're just like, oh, why do women, that? And that's also, I've noticed this in women, like when they grow up, they don't have they don't have a sense of confidence. you know.
Right.
They're very awkward, and then maybe in their homes, they're like, their parents put them down, or their mothers like, okay, your place is at the back, stay there, just don't come out, just, do this, do that, So when they grow up and when they tend to find themselves living on their own or being independent or being in a relationship now, they just, like they most of them tend to find themselves in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
And you see that in a lot of young couples, A lot of them are in
Toxic
destructive,
relationships, yeah.
toxic relationships. And then, and I know a few of them, and these are my neighbors, even my cousins and my people I know. I tell them, look, you should, just leave, walk away from it.
But then they're afraid to be alone.
Yeah, because
That's
they
their
don't
fear.
have that self-confidence, because they've constantly, like growing up, they've been told that, they're nothing,
Yeah.
they're, all that.
They're constantly seeking validation,
Yeah, and then they find it in the worst kinds of
Yeah.
men,
It's like when in their mind, when that person treats them like shit, they're like, oh, something's wrong with me. What can I do to make it right, Like, why don't you love me? And then they just go back to that same, I don't get how their brain works.
Yeah,
It's
and I
sad.
feel like our generation is fucked up. Also, this is a part of the problem because we grew up in homes that are toxic, and
Yeah.
and then they're deemed as normal. So when we grow up and when we get ourselves into relationships, Like it's okay for me to slap my girlfriend or slap my boyfriend or hit my, you know, it's guys, it's not okay to hit anyone. Just
No.
don't hit anyone.
No.
It's not okay to hit someone. Just don't do it. But yeah, it's just, you know, that toxic cycle of, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, so we see it in our parents or in like our neighbors, they do it, and then we grow up thinking it's normal, and then most of our problems.
Yeah,
most of the
that's every
problems
day.
face
Like in PNG,
yeah,
every like 1 out of 2 households have like a drunk father that beats up their kids, or like have a toxic relationship that's right in front of your nose that we make fun of.
Yeah.
Like tublap fight na with all fight again, fight lo and fight like bro. It's like we brush it aside like it's nothing.
yeah,
Right?
it's like it's normal now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, hey, call the police. They're like, for what? You know, that they're married. Let them like,
Yeah.
no, it's not okay. You know, yeah. So you know, kids growing up in that environment, in that, you know, in that sort of community, they think it's okay. So this is life. This is normal, and yeah, and that contributes to like other
A
problems.
lot of other things, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Self-confidence, toxic relationships.
Toxic
You're in a healthy one, so you would know. No idea. Have you seen your friends or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, I get like Jed mentioned, like when you question, you know, your friends or whatever, why are you still there?
Yeah.
You know, you get to have that sense of like, if someone did that to me, I would be gone. But then like you start to really think like,
Yeah.
why are they still thinking like
Yeah.
sticking around?
Yep.
Like why can't you just leave?
Move on, yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's like back to self-confidence. Like maybe that person can't find someone else, or that person may not feel.
They're not
Like
secure
you-
enough in themselves
Yeah, exactly.
to move on and find something better.
Yeah.
Because like,
It's either that or secure financially.
Yep.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, all of these other.
Yeah.
Yeah, finance is a big one.
Yeah.
Why some women just suck it up and stay
And stay because.
because they live off of it, yeah. Some men too.
Yeah.
There's some men who marry for money, you know that?
Yeah.
I know a few. Like, I'm not gonna say their names or anything, but you know who you are.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, how the tides have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
Back then
happens.
it was just the ladies. Now it's wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But what
that's
do you think? But what do you think about the polygamy relationship? I mean, like, you know, having more than one relationship. Like, some people think it's okay.
I don't like it.
Would you say? Yeah. Like, would you agree?
I don't
with it?
like it personally, but it's deeply embedded in our culture.
yeah, it's
And
culture.
yeah.
Culturally, I'm okay with it.
Morally,
but morally, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
culturally,
morally, no.
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I know that like people who strongly have cultural ties and you
Yeah.
know they're like
it's okay. You can do
It's
it,
a-
but
yeah.
I wouldn't do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I think before like polygamy was big because they had to strengthen bloodlines. From my village, when there's war and there's like people die, you know, and like bro, we fight a lot, so we okayed this like marry a lot of women
Yeah.
because the men there wasn't a lot because the men went out and they fought and they died.
Oh,
They-
okay. So, that
so when
was
they came
your-
back, yeah.
Their perspective.
When they came back, we had to reproduce.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's why men married. That was cultural back in that time. But now, nah.
there's really no reason for
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's from where I'm from. That's how I understood it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Actually, I learned something new.
but back in, like, there's the different cultures that have different meanings as to why they marry a lot. Some because they have money and they want to, you know, give out,
Spend their wealth.
spend it, give it to a lot of
Yeah.
people. And it's okay. I mean, people,
If
you
it
know,
works, it works.
it works, it works.
There's a saying that goes, cheating is a rich man's sport. Yeah,
Hey!
if you got money to support 2 households,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
just don't
Sit
do
down
it.
and see.
You know, because I, you know, there's a lot of, you know, guys in the community, in the, you know, within your neighbors, your neighborhood, sorry.
Mm.
And then, you know, like, oh, you know, he's got this other lady, and then, oh, he's got another family. And I'm like, what?
What? It's enough.
Why? If, I don't know. Like, no, come on. You can't even support your, you know, your current, you know, family right
Yeah.
now. Why do you? know.
That's the
get
thing.
why
I don't know
men do
why
that.
men who struggle to like support
Provide
one family
financially go
end
out
up
and
going and starting another family.
family.
Why would you put yourself through that stress? Trying to challenge yourself to build a tribe of your own.
not in this economy. No.
And this is don't get me started on the economic problems. So, yeah, that's crazy, bro.
No, I really think like our generation, like young people should be like more vocal about issues of national
Yeah.
importance than this Kimberly and Darren
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw your post
Yeah.
about that, and I was just like,
It's
oh,
just so
like, preach
frustrating.
it.
Yeah, it's just
There's
very frustrating.
other issues that we should be talking about, or you know.
Let's get into that. We'll start. Can we reset? All right. Let's reset. We'll start. Can't believe they slap on a PNG made logo and that's it. It's made in PNG.
Yeah, we need to have regulations on that.
We don't have standards in PNG. Really, we don't have standards. There's no standard in food. If the standard's very low in food. Fuck, man, it's crazy. But I started like eating out. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy food for the house. When I'm hungry, I'll just go out and eat. That way, it made me keep to that fasting and that 1 meal a day thing that I'm currently doing. But then I realized, shit, it's shitty. Like the affordable places are shitty food. The ones you can't afford, like okay-ish food. And then the ones that are like way above you, you gotta pay for like hefty price, man.
And I'm an LA guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks, bro.
Yeah, then we were talking about, issues of national importance.
Yes,
that are
issues
not
of national
discussed
importance.
enough by people in our generation. They want to talk about.
Stupid things. It is what it is. Call it out.
Yeah.
Just continue from there.
Yeah. So, and I'm surprised there was not a lot of discussions done by our, influencers in PNGM about, the women that were going to be executed in Iran because they were protesting and they took off the hijabs.
Yeah.
And then I think 15 of them were going to be executed publicly. And that caused outrage around the
outrage.
world, and people were talking about it. And I opened my Facebook, and then people were talking about rugby. I mean, look, it's fine, it's okay, but I feel like we have our priorities misplaced sometimes. Yeah, we're
That's
building
true.
stadiums instead of cancer wings and
Right?
hospitals and all that stuff. And the thing is, why aren't young people being more vocal about it? Why do they want to talk about rubbish? Why do they want to discuss about?
I guess it's ignorance. Most people are just ignorant.
And they jump on trends. Say if a white girl posts something about, okay, there's this rural hospital that's in need, then you see all the PNG influencers jumping in yes, please share. Okay, we need this, but otherwise it's not a constant ongoing thing. No, it's like when someone
shares it.
shares it, then everybody jumps on the bandwagon.
I guess, this is from my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that they can say something about it. Or even if they do, they feel like they're not being heard.
Yeah.
Because our system is designed, not
suppress.
system, but our society is designed in a way that people are on social media not to look for information that will help them,
Yep.
but just to pass time.
Yeah.
They're looking for bad dopamine, Again, back to mindless scrolling. So if you're like the influencers, right? I'm not an influencer, by the way. I hate that term. It's just, what the fuck are you trying to get at, right? Make your point. The thing is, a lot of people are back again to that point. They're ignorant and they're stuck in that self-absorbed bubble.
Yeah.
Whatever that's related to PNG, that's this, the rugby thing, right? The Meriblo club rugby player, what name man? Nixon Put. Bro, that woman, if she posts a photo, everybody just goes and likes it.
Yeah.
And then the influencers start talking about it. And then it's crazy how small-minded we are.
Yeah.
That we talk about these little stupid things, but it's all about likes, right? So then again, back to dopamine. People want to just like. Then you'll notice, or I've noticed, is that I made these videos for some time, right? The ones that we talk, like this video, if I posted, the amount of people watching it will be significantly less than the amount of people who are going to watch a funny or comedic video or some bullshit, you know. And that's the fact. It
That's just
is
the way it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just the way it is. You know, people just look for entertainment. They don't want to know what's going on in the world. They don't. Again, ignorance. People are ignorant. They choose to be that way.
Yeah.
So how can you help someone who's just like, I don't care.
That's what, yeah.
What's in it for me?
You can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. It's just
For the life of me, I swear to God, I'm trying to figure that out.
they're a lost cause.
It's all about the likes.
Yeah, it's all about the likes.
Yeah.
So like, from time to time, when I started, like for 6 months straight, I was talking about like mental health, mental awareness by myself.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
right. You had a monologue
Yeah, I had a
sort of
monologue thing that I started talking because I thought it helped people.
Yeah.
No, people saw me as a martyr. You know, they just made fun of me. And there are people, you'll know, right? People who are supporting you, or who are supporting you, laughing. Dave Chappelle said it better. You can tell the difference of people who are laughing with you and who are laughing at you. So I felt like everybody was just kind of supporting me because they're like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yep.
But then they weren't really getting the depth of what I was talking about, you know. So it was like a lost cause, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of pulled back and then I concentrated on this one and not the monologues that I have, because P&G isn't ready for that, to be honest. That's just facts, man. Like you can tell someone all the good stuff or self-help books, give them a dictionary or everything, but it's up to them to decide. If they're ignorant and if they're self-absorbed, they're narcissistic, you can't break that. They have to make that decision. That's just from my view. What about you?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. Agree to what you're saying.
Oh, man.
Again, like you train people, right?
Yeah.
So if someone comes with you with a goal, what's the first thing you say to them? Comes to you.
Oh yeah, no, like it's if someone comes up to me and asks me to train them, I'll probably be like, okay, we're going through this, and then say if they don't like it and they go to a different trainer, and then they don't like it and they go into a different, and then they find their place.
Yeah.
To me, it's all about I wouldn't change my style of training. I would keep it because there are others who do enjoy that type of training, and if it works for them, and if there is more than a lot of other people coming in to train, then I'll stick to my style of training.
Right.
It also I guess
It has nothing to do with you, more
yeah,
of what,
it's more on how they prefer their training. So,
Again, it's like things that they themselves have control over, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or if someone comes in from a different gym and comes to my gym, and they're saying oh, we went to this gym. There was this quote that I read off from one of these personal trainers on IG. He's like, you shouldn't be, if someone tells you that, they went to this trainer and it was kind of like this, you shouldn't have that set in your head. Keep to your style of training. Or don't try to have that competitiveness with okay, so I'm going to make my training like this and do some styles and whatnot. No, just keep it basic.
Yep. So you're content with your training style, yeah?
And how they take it is how they take it. It's not my loss. So.
Okay, so do you guys think our education system is also to blame for the way that our generation has stand out?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what system we are following.
Nah.
I saw in the papers that Nick Kuman was, he's still the Minister for Education, right?
Nah, they changed the guy. I think it's what's his name now? I forgot. I'll Google it.
So he was trying to get down to the reason why teachers are always absent at school.
Sorry. Go on. Go.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
What
wow.
school was that?
Like just any schools, like just
General.
government schools, where teachers are. And I've heard, I think a relative of mine was saying, okay, I'm going to go to school to see, my child's teacher, and I was like, what for? Because this teacher, they don't bloody come to come to
teach.
class, and they don't teach the kids. So I have to go and see the principal. Why is this happening? It's like, but like, where's the root cause? What's causing this? Like, is it a government funding thing, or what's happening?
Well, majority, or like a lot of the teachers, or majority, like a certain percentage. I don't have the statistics, but a certain percentage of teachers don't get paid, or they're not in the system. So they're doing it purely out of passion, which is incredible, to be honest. But the material they're teaching, it's quite questionable, because it's still based
The curriculum.
on the curriculum. Again, baby boomers curriculum.
Which is outcome-based education.
Yes. So that curriculum is mainly focused to build workers, industrial boom workers. Back in those days, they built the education system that would allow people to train people to work for people.
Like a normal 9 to 5.
Yeah. That's how we thought. I mean, I went through that system, and a lot of other people, the kids that are still coming up, will still go through that same system.
We all went through that system.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't see the parliament talking about an education reform, and no one is making any. Again, like the influencers, social media is a powerful tool, but we're not talking about education reforms, because people think, oh no, our education system is okay. You just gotta study hard. Fucking bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna study? I swear to God, you come out of university, you will have to dump everything that you learn outside the front door, because it's a clean start.
It's a whole
Clean
different
start.
ballgame. Yeah. You're like, oh, I've finally graduated university, and then life.
Yeah.
It's like a whole.
It's like you went up that mountain, and then there's a bigger mountain for you to go up.
Shit.
And a lot of the university graduates, if you feel offended, it might be true. They feel entitled to bigger paychecks, and like they want to jump into management positions.
Again, false work expectations.
Yeah.
High work expectations.
Sorry, bro, you gotta start the start of the line.
It'll start at the
You
bottom.
gotta start at the bottom, my friend. Just like me, just like everyone else. You come out of university, you're starting at the start of the line.
Yeah.
It's like level 100, and then new game update comes out, level 1.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like it is what it is. So the education reforms, that's the thing. Again, education system, answering your question is, we need a reform. We need better education materials. Here's how messed up it is. If I go and I help one of my cousins do their homework, I swear to God, it's the same shit I learned in school. Because last time he gave me a maths assignment, and I'm like, Jesus, you guys still learning about this stuff? I thought you learned different stuff by now. And then they're still learning that same stuff.
It's all the same.
And I know for a fact that you don't apply that
In real life.
in real life. It's crazy.
So we don't need.
But that's like, after you graduate from uni, you get your paper, you start back again from one. You're looking for a job.
Yep.
It's so hard to get a job here unless you know of someone, or
Yeah.
it's not normal to hand in your resume, even though companies advert for it. If you know someone in that company and you need that job, guarantee you'll get it.
True.
And that brings back that widely discussed topic about systematic corruption and
Oh, yeah,
nepotism.
yeah.
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 I think it's gone to a point where it's not
We can't escape
considered,
it.
yeah.
It's already
there.
embedded.
It's in, yeah.
It's not considered corruption anymore.
Yeah,
It's like a norm.
No, yeah.
It's like, I'm passing away, blame.
yeah.
Like, it's how we do things. you
Yeah,
know.
like say, okay, so I'm a new minister now, and then my brother wants a construction job, and then I'll be like, hey, you know, I'll push his papers in, and then he gets the job. It's normal
normal.
now,
It's
and it's
Yeah.
actually expected, you know.
Yeah, it is
Like,
expected. If you don't do that, you're a cruel person. Like,
Yeah.
if your family member, if you're like at a position of power and you don't treat your family with the same, like, give them that handout,
Siya no
yeah,
leader, man.
you're not leader. Like, you're, like,
Yeah.
you know, you betrayed us. You betrayed
Yeah,
your family bloodline.
You're not welcome here. Don't come to the village.
It's fucking disgusting, bro.
Yeah, it's,
People gotta earn your merits, yo. Earn your merits. Man.
so like this generation is a byproduct of.
Yeah, I
It's
reckon
complicated, you know.
It's a mix and match.
it's like
We're a byproduct of
Yeah.
our.
we're a byproduct of our parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the
our,
system,
like, yeah.
everything. Is,
And the system and how messed up things went, and also technology having
Yes.
its influence,
yep.
Yeah.
and like a whole heap of situations, and how we were raised. See, back in the days of like Somare and those leaders who kind of, you know, our forefathers who pioneered and persevered and gave us independence, they were raised in a time where they were expected to be great people, you know.
Yes.
Palmablo, like they told them, like, okay, if you want to be a leader, this is how you act in public, this is how you dress, this is what you say, this is not. So they were like, even though their parents were probably not educated to the standard that they were, because they were raised in a time where racism was real, man. Like,
Yes.
and imagine like going down to Australia, when these people, I mean, now it's bad, but back then was probably worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had like colored and non-colored sections.
Oh,
you
yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
So they
Segregation.
had to go through that and then come back here.
Yep.
They could have just said, you know, fuck PNG, let me just
Let me just stay
stay there and then, you know, just make something of myself. But no, they came back and then like changed those kind of people with purpose and responsibility to take it upon themselves to do stuff like that. That is lost. That aspect is lost. It's not taught. You can't teach these
You
things.
can't teach these things.
It's developed over time. Like if I were to teach a 22-year-old responsibility, it'll take a longer, more time, as
Put that
opposed
to
to
set
like,
in, yeah.
as opposed to teaching a child, like, okay, you get up, first thing, study bed blue, clean your room, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Simple things, like fix your room, clean your bed, fix your pillow, go wash in the morning. Even though you're not supposed to, it's a weekend, you gotta stay in, still do those
Do
shit.
it, yeah.
Because it's your responsibility, not because it's chores.
Yeah.
Responsibility. That's what, because that gives you purpose to wake up in the morning. You know, okay, I gotta do my bed, I gotta go wash my, you know, stuff like that. Man, I've been heavy on Jordan Peterson lately, and like his main goal.
I really love his videos though. I like his stuff. Yeah.
One of the best thinkers of our time, honestly, hands down. One of the best things that he talks about that I really relate to is responsibility, and how responsibility helps with everything in your life. Because if you're someone who doesn't take responsibility of your own life,
Yeah.
you will just be like, oh, PNG, in this country we can't do anything. The government's fucked up, or like.
So
you
we're not
know,
gonna do anything.
Yeah, we
about
can't do
it.
anything. There's no solution, you know.
There's not
We're
much.
just gonna accept our fate.
Exactly. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But then, when you already think like that, you're already giving up that power, that control that you
Yes.
have over yourself,
Yes,
and
yes.
you just let life
Very
happen
true.
to you. You think-
Yep.
You're like, whatever, happens.
It happens. So what?
Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
All fight lap, whatever.
So,
So
It
what?
happens. Yeah. I'm normal. Man.
You know.
Yeah.
And then like you go into you're broke and you don't have money. You're like, oh, it's the government's fault. It's always somebody's fault.
It's always somebody's fault. Yeah. And it's I'm happy you said that, because a lot of our people, people
Yeah.
in our age are like, oh, you know, it's hard to find a job, you know. It's, you know, government is not creating enough jobs, so it's the government's fault.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to sit down there and be broke and just like rely on your baby boomer parents or your, you know, people, older people, like your parents to feed you and whatnot? You're just going to, like, you look at other, especially Asian countries, and you see like young kids, you know, like they're out there, they're inventing stuff, or they're building stuff, or they're marketing, they're standing at these night markets and they're doing something, you know. In African countries, it's just our people are just not hardworking. I mean, the generation back then, they were very hardworking, but our generation, very lazy.
I don't know what like our Jordan.
Yeah.
He said that too one time, and it got me thinking, like, what happened? What do you think happened? Like, what happened?
Where did we go
What
wrong?
happened to it? Yeah.
Like,
Where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I still ask that.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out yet. If I do, I'll let you know. But like, you fucked up there. There you are. No, but I think it's like I said, an accumulation, a byproduct of like
we're just a byproduct.
a number of things that kind of.
But then, and you know, you've asked for solutions, and we're still gonna go to that. But let me just say this: like, I think it's, you know, it's up to each and every one of us to take responsibility. You know, I mean, be self-aware and take responsibility of your own life. You know, like say, okay, just because I don't have a job, or just because, you know, there's limited number of jobs out there, doesn't mean I'm just gonna, you know, sit down and just throw lick in the mud and all that stuff. No, you know, there's endless opportunities out there. You know? We're just not smart enough. I mean, we are smart, but we're just not pushing ourselves. We don't want to be hardworking. You know, we don't want to put late hours. We don't
hard work beats talent. You can be the smartest person in the room. The person who works hard will beat your ass.
Yeah. Like it's just I feel like if
true.
I feel like if, you know, everyone has just have to, like, you have to take life by the, you know, by the horns, or whatever they say. How?
Grab life by the balls and just.
Yeah. You just have to, you know, go forward with what you have. You know, make do with the best, or with the very least, and all that.
Yeah, true. So, okay, we're in solutions. Let's talk solutions. What would be a solution to, like, people say, oh, I don't have jobs. Again, one of your solutions is that. But if you really look at it, the solution for me, just my opinion, people aren't looking hard enough, or people aren't willing to, again, start at level 1.
Yeah.
Because most of them come out and they're entitled. They're like, oh, I spent all of this money to get all of this education, and I have to get, like,
I expect a job right now.
I expect a job. I am owed a job. The government
I'm entitled
has to
to it.
give me a job.
Yeah.
It's the government's fault to do that.
Yeah.
But, bruh, stand in line, man. Stand in line. So, yeah, one of the solutions, it's all about mental game, man.
Yeah.
Back to the mental thing. Jihad. Get your shit together. What about you? What's the solution in your
Wake
head?
up.
I
Wake
guess
up.
for me,
Yeah.
it goes back to education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not many people would know, like, how would someone know, like, that, well, okay, if I don't have a job and I'm like this, like, they're content, or not content, but they're like, oh, fuck the world, I'm blaming this and this, but they're not, there's not much awareness on, like, you know, hey, you can start your own business or find talent, something that you're skilled with, and start earning an income for yourself. That and understanding the value of money. If you don't understand the value of money, and you're, you know, frivolous spending.
Right, yeah. That's one thing too.
And then you start blaming, like, oh, fuck the government, economy's gone up. But then it's like, depends
Are you
how
spending your money right?
Where are you spending your money? Is it like at your means, or is it over your or how much you can, how much you're getting?
True, that's an important thing too, hey.
Yeah.
I'm guilty as fuck for that one. Sometimes I just overspend and I'm like,
Was it worth it?
in this economy, you shouldn't be spending this much. Again, like, people say inflation, and the economy crisis and whatnot. But I bet you a lot of people don't know that it's happening to the rest of the world.
Yep.
They think it's
Oh,
PNG
yeah,
only.
yeah.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
It's a global thing.
It's a global thing, yeah.
It's a global thing.
Because the global stock
Everything,
market
yeah.
crashed.
It's-
So if you don't know, since the Ukraine war, the Russians, we don't get oil from them anymore, which was the big supply chain for the world to get gasoline. That's why the fuel prices have gone up,
And that
which
should start trending.
has caused the stock markets to go down. So the stock markets is tied to everything else in this fucking world.
Exactly.
I think a pretty much brief summary of like how inflation is it's coming.
It's a domino effect. Papua New Guinea, we're
We're just
we're like this.
yeah.
So we
The
don't
world is
we
like
don't
that.
every other country they're like up there. So we're just like all the decisions, everything is made up there. We just it comes down the line, and we are one of the other
Just that.
many
They're
other
like,
countries
they
who
give-
are affected by it.
They give us instructions like, yeah, do that. Or like, yeah, suffer. We can't, even though we're rich in resources and we probably have the capability of having a higher economy than what we have now.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
With the BCL and all that.
What's that?
Bougainville
Oh, yeah.
Copper Limited, the PNG Kina was way above the Australian dollar,
It was.
Yeah, it's just,
But then the Australians said, nah, start a war, send troops.
yeah.
But it's crazy how that thing happened. That's another topic altogether. Eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I'm a sucker for conspiracy theories. If I can pull a thread that has a conspiracy and like try to find out more information, I'm gonna do that,
it,
man.
yeah.
I do it. And the Bougainville thing is one thing too, hey. The one thing that
What's
I'm,
your theory on it?
no, I don't have enough information to come up with a theory of my own, honestly. But all I can say is that it was purely profit driven.
Yes.
It was purely profit driven. But I don't have too much information on that. The other thing that I'm also tracking down is like medical systems or medical supplies and how fucked up that situation is going. Like people, there's no medicines in the hospitals, yo. We don't have.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. Now, Pomgen is turning away people with malaria, like all those curable diseases.
You know where the medicines are? They're sitting in a container
Yeah.
rotting somewhere.
Yeah. No, really, they are sitting in the container, rotting. But it's down at Borneo Pacific Yard. So, but since Borneo Pacific has taken over the contract from our previous distributors, which was post PNG. So in the past, post PNG used to, give out medicines. I don't think I'm supposed to speak on this, honestly. I'm gonna cut this part.
Self-improvement,
Yeah. All right. Card full. Sorry, we had to do our little reset. Yeah. So
Dating.
back to
Solutions.
dating. Solutions on dating. If you like someone, go ask them. Don't stop. If they say no, they say no. Eh? Fuck it. Move on. What do you think?
I've been finding trust as well.
Trust.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
like,
in a relationship?
In
Yeah.
there, when
Trust
you,
is.
when you found someone, like you actually have to figure out like who the person is. Do you trust her? Do you trust,
I think a lot of people carry like past relationship trauma with them into
a new one.
a new
Yeah, I hate when
relationship,
people
yeah.
do that.
And then, like, say, so if I'm carrying like past relationship trauma, and if my new person has done something to trigger it, and I'll be like, I'll withdraw and and start to overthink. Like, okay, this is the same
Thing that's
repetitiveness.
playing again, yeah.
It's the same thing, And then okay, that's it. Yep, they're cheating,
Yeah, we're always
But
finding
you-
that
yeah.
bad side,
Yeah.
We're always looking for the, what do you call it? You're self-sabotaging the situation.
Self-sabotage, yeah.
Self-sabotaging the relationship, everything,
Self-sabotage is also an indicator of imposter syndrome and like trauma
Yeah.
from your childhood. If you're someone that messes up like self-sabotage in relationships, it means growing up you didn't have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I found out I didn't have a healthy relationship when I was,
In a
because I self-sabotage a lot. I'm guilty. First thing I find when I try to date someone is, okay, what's fucked up about you? What's fucked up about you that I need to find out?
Yeah.
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 Because if I can deal with your shit, probably we can last, you know.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
I swear to God, God's honest truth. But that's a bad thing. You shouldn't do that. Because when you think like that, you're already building that up as you go in.
Yeah.
So like you're already,
Insecurities, that's
Ending something that hasn't even started yet.
yeah.
exactly, right?
So it's you're someone who.
You're going in already coming out.
Yeah.
What's the point? It's like you're,
You know
okay.
those, what do you call those
You're
doors?
taking a detour.
They go
Yeah,
around.
Just took a detour.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Single doors, yeah.
So they carry that, post-trauma, and they get into a relationship, and then, but then they find that, they aren't able to cultivate long-term relationships, so every time they get into a relationship, 1 month, done.
Yeah.
Then they get into another relationship, 2 months, done. Then, it's, you're not able to form a lasting, or create a lasting relationship. It's just like,
Because it's hard. Like,
yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
lot
and
of work.
also dating is hard.
Yeah, dating
Relationships
is
are
hard.
hard.
it's not easy. Like, you see that people post, that's the thing about social media
No,
too.
actually, yeah, you're right. Like, my relationship is not, it's hard. Like, I'll be honest. It's hard, but, like, if
You work on
both parties, are willing
To work. Yeah.
together, like, to conquer that, whatever problem that arises,
Challenges and all that.
then it's healthy. Like, it becomes healthy.
Yeah. Again,
If, like-
communication,
Yeah.
and some of them, they don't have that, that
Ability to communicate.
ability to communicate. They just shut down, and then,
But then the onus is up to you that are able to communicate.
yeah.
That like talk to them. Okay, I know you can't say this, but you have to pick up on like visual cues. Because most people they tend to communicate more with their body language
Yeah.
than through words. Or if they're comfortable, you can just fight over text.
Don't do that, guys.
Don't do that.
Don't
Bad
listen to
advice.
this guy. Nah.
That is bad advice.
Do not fight over text, guys.
And people like
From
they,
experience.
and they break up from text too.
Oh, that's worse.
That's
worse,
fucked
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Like honestly, don't break up over like just
That's the,
the
worst.
least. Yeah,
honestly.
the least you could do
Yeah.
is just see the person and tell them like, look, I'm sure you're a nice person.
Yeah.
We can't work. Yeah, it's because of those reasons. And maybe you give them like when you give them reasons, then they have feedback to work on themselves, right? If you just break up with them, they'll just stumble into this self-doubt and then this lack of everything that they just don't know what's wrong with them. And they stumble into the next relationship,
And
not
then they
knowing
carry,
what the fuck.
there you go.
So they carry that baggage
Yeah.
With
onto them.
Yeah. Also, like communication. Like if you're communicating, but the other person doesn't want to hear it, there's really no point. So
Yeah.
just
Forget
just
it.
leave, guys.
Yeah.
Just don't put yourself through
Yeah.
that. Just
Yeah.
sometimes it's better to cut your
If you're
cut yourself
compatible,
some slack.
if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't force it.
Yeah.
Life is like fart. If you try too hard, it should.
But
I
there
love
are
that
people who
saying.
do try, who do try to make it work.
Yeah, like
But
it's.
then it comes down to like if the other person is not giving two fucks about you, why bother? Leave. Just leave.
Again, leave. If you're in a toxic relationship, get the fuck out. What would be? We're moving on to the last one now. The ignorance. People not being. Being self-absorbed in your little bubbles, like our generation is, And then the social media bit. We haven't covered the solutions on that yet.
I think humility and just educate yourself.
Yeah.
Learn to. But
Self-educate, yeah?
yeah, most importantly, like humility. Humble up. Humility goes a long way too.
True. If you're humble, you find that if you're humble, even though you know something, people might tell you something that you
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I find myself always, because I know a little bit about like tech and computers and how to build computers and program them and whatnot. But when I'm at my job, when someone comes and like, oh, you should do it this way, I don't be like, eh, shut up, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
I try to like, you know,
Yep.
Fade out.
yeah,
See, yeah.
let them see, like, say what they want to say.
Yeah.
Because that's the best thing you can do. Just let someone say what they want to say. Listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen more. Sorry. Something just came up. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they say listen to understand and not to reply.
Yo, honestly, what do you think about it? Listen to understand, not to reply?
Yeah. No, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's communication 101.
Yeah.
Most people just listen to reply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will listen to your words and they're like,
And then
But-
no, but
It's
you
not like they're listening too.
yeah.
They're just ready
waiting for you to
fire
stop
back.
and
Yeah.
then they'll talk. Yeah. They're not
And it's like,
listening.
are you understanding me? Like,
I think it's like their brain works in like keywords type of thing.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, keywords. Go back.
Or they just take the last thing you say, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Or they're like, oh, I can't wait for this guy to shut up, and then
Yeah.
I can talk. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
That's one thing too. Listen to
Listen.
understand.
Yeah, listen more. You know.
Yeah, if you listen more, you find that. That's why I like to talk, like, when I'm trying to understand people in a group. If I'm new to the group, I talk to the silent ones because they're the ones that are more observant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they know shit.
Yeah.
They know stuff you don't know.
Yeah.
Or even the group, like, you're going to ask someone, like, hey, what's he like? What's he like? What's he like? And then they'll just break it down to you.
Yeah.
And when you give them an opportunity to talk, you'll be surprised what they know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a possible solution. I mean, no, it's not a possible solution.
It is.
It is a solution.
Yeah.
The next one is like social media and how mindless scrolling can fuck with your brain and your dopamine levels. And regulating that. Personally, I would say try to like turn off notifications on your devices, like I did. I find that it's really helpful now. And the one thing I wanted to get back into is reading. I like physical books, but at this point in time, I only have access to ebooks. So I'm doing the best with what I got. So I'm finding myself throughout this week reading rather than scrolling, which is nice. It's and I'm glad I went back into that.
You should read this book called A Fighter's Mind.
A Father's Mind.
A Fighter's
A
Mind
Fighter's Mind.
by Sam Sheridan.
Okay,
It's a great book.
I'll check
Pretty
it out.
good,
Yo, there was this book site that I downloaded from. Which site do you get from?
Yeah. I like, you know,
Yeah,
books.
you have a copy of that book you're talking about?
I do. I can give it to you to borrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's a
A
really good.
physical book. I haven't seen one in it.
Yeah,
So,
how many
you know what?
libraries do you know
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, there's no libraries there.
Nice.
Well, there is one, National Archives, but it's just filled with encyclopedias.
Not an actual
There you go.
bookshop.
Like,
We should have
yeah.
like bookshops here.
Yeah, we should have
That's
bookshops
what I
there.
mean. Like, you know, you can't really just walk out and be like, I want to read. Like,
They're
you
like
know.
vintage nowadays. you know?
No, yeah.
Yeah, like
Wow, we've come this far. Damn. Books. I remember growing up, my mom used to, like, she teaches, right?
yeah.
So she used to go throw me in the library because it's where the, you know, what's that, Cartoons Row and all the comic books and Sesame Street and Ugly Duckling and all of those good stuff. So I grew up reading that and like reading Harry Potter and Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Did you know that the original story for Peter Pan was that Captain Cook was actually trying to save the boys?
I saw
Peter
that theory
Pan-
on TikTok.
Yeah,
I saw the theory
it's
on
actually
TikTok.
true. So Peter Pan, the original book I read when I was a kid, I think, that Peter Pan was actually a witch or wizard that steals kids,
It's still skips,
right? And Captain Cook
Yeah.
is the guy that, because his brother was taken, he goes to rescue the kids. So he's always there. But because they're in that place, the wizard cursed him, and they fought and whatnot, and he became immortal as well. So he can't die as well.
And you realize that Captain Hook always goes after Peter Pan, and not any of the
Yeah,
boys.
not
He
any of
always
the
goes
boys,
after
yeah.
Peter Pan. I saw it on TikTok. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's true. That's why they twisted that dark story because it was too dark.
Yeah.
So they
To
wanted
make it more
make it
appetizing.
more dramatic.
For the
And then
For the kids,
and
yeah,
then
it became like a kid.
readers sort of rewrote that to that mythical, magical thing.
Yeah, I never knew that.
But it was actually the other way around.
Sort of like those old the stories with, by the Grimm brothers, you know, like Little Red Riding
Yeah,
Hood.
Red Riding Hood, the original story for Red Riding Hood.
Hare and the wolf, they ate the grandma.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a...
The wolf, no.
Yo, a lot of stories from
Yeah,
like,
it was dark.
yeah, it was dark, but they rewrote it just to, millennials.
Yeah.
No, true, it's messed up because I had this book. I got it off MV Dulus. It's a ship. I think they destroyed it already.
It's
It's a library ship. So it goes around the world. When
It
I
came
was
here around 2005, I think.
when I was small, like 2005.
I went on that ship as well.
Okay, I went on that ship too, and I got like 4 books. I got one about snakes. Did you know that snakes have no emotions? Like they stare at something. When they stare at something, they just stare at it without like no emotions at all. So when they say you make snakes angry, no, they're just very territorial. If you go to there's a certain dome, yeah. If you breach that, they'll attack you. It's very predatory, but it's not like you made it angry.
You pissed it
Nah.
off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have emotions. Snakes literally don't have emotions, and they can't see. They can't see color. They're just infrared. It's all heat signatures to them. So if you want to hide from snakes, just rub mud all over yourself and just walk.
Now I know.
Yeah. So I got that snake book with like a little book that's filled with like snake facts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I got that Red Riding Hood book, the original. That was
Yeah. About the
That was
Grimm
how
brothers.
it's dark, man. I read it, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I got Da Vinci, which was also pretty fucked up. Oh my God, I think that's what drove me into conspiracy theories and like understanding,
Yeah.
But I'm just grateful to read. Reading is fun.
Yeah, it is.
Have you read Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck?
You know what? I just it's like I'm not gonna read the book. I'm just gonna listen to the audio book
Yeah. Well,
or the book summary.
yeah. It's a nice. So the
Subtle Art
gist.
of Not Giving a Fuck. Great book. Honestly.
Yeah, the gist of the book is about taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, your life sucks. Yeah. So
So
make it better. You can make it better. It's all
like-
about that.
they're taking a different
Yeah.
approach to life and seeing things from like different perspectives.
Yeah.
And
You
how
should
to
follow
handle
him on
challenges.
follow him on social media as well. He gives like
Yeah.
really good bites of content on like how to combat that.
Yeah.
What's the other thing we talked about? That's about it, hey.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. Okay, we've come to the end of the discussion. I hope you learned something. If you did, how'd you find it?
Really good, actually. It's my
It's
first
pretty good. Yeah. Great
You should
discussion.
come
What's
back.
it called again?
We should podcast.
podcast.
Podcast / video. Video podcast.
Yeah.
Just say video podcast.
Video
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. First time.
Yeah, first time.
Did well. First time for everything. Yeah. Oh, sorry. She is a personal trainer. I'm really bad with introductions.
We did the introduction.
We did, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't dive into like what you do and
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So Nagonon Fitness, if you check her out on Instagram, she does personal training stuff. She runs HIIT sessions, HIIT programs. Yeah.
Conditioning and, body conditioning and personal training sessions as well. So,
It's a full-time thing for you?
yeah, it's a full-time
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So check her out. Give her a follow if you want.
Follow,
Yeah. We'll have her for another session.
definitely.
Come back and we'll talk about. This time we'll talk about fitness, because I want to do like break some myths about HIIT programs and you talk about
Weights and-
weights.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, a lot
Strength
of people
training and cardio. Yeah, like that's. I'm still in between that at the moment, honestly. What's good for weight loss and what's good for muscle gain.
there's also misinformation about
Yeah,
like
that's
all the
why-
stuff. Yeah, because people are saying, okay, I want to come to the gym, but I don't want to, I don't want to bulk up. Like, what? Yeah, I'm like, sometimes I look at it, what? They're like, oh, because lifting weights, or they're like, oh, Jed, aren't you worried that, you lift heavy weights, it's going to make you bulky? And I was like, what?
Yeah, stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
like, no,
So
it's not
next
gonna
time
make
we
you
want to talk
bulky.
about this gym myths and like debunking some of them,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are making it as an excuse to not come to the gym
Or not lift weights.
or not lift weights. Yeah.
I'm like, I
You
want to
do
come to
weights-
the gym, but I don't want to lift weights.
Yeah.
Then why?
How are you
And there are
gonna-
some guys who like, I want to get big, but I can't get big. Like eat food, eat more. They're like, oh no, but I eat a lot, but I don't gain weight. Eat more.
Yeah.
Whatever you're eating now, double it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the thing. Because calories, if you're trying to bulk up, double your calorie intake.
Yeah.
That's it. If you're trying to lose weight, minus your calorie intake.
Be at a calorie deficit.
Do you do diet plan as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a 5 weeks online challenge.
Right.
So it's to do with diet and training as well. At the end of the 5 weeks, there's prizes as well to be won. So
Oh,
it's really, I got 10 people
right
that
now?
have signed up,
What's
So-
that like? I mean, how much is that to get into the Fit 5? Do you just do it and then?
No, so there's a fee, and then, so the first prize, you get your fee back with a Naganan match.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then you got the second, and the second's just a shirt and a water bottle. And then the third one, so out of the 10, I'll be picking up from...
So there's 10 people on it right now.
Yeah.
So how do you measure first, second, and third?
By weight loss.
Weight loss.
Yeah. So I get them to stand on the scale, take a picture of the scale, send it
Scales
over to
don't
me.
lie, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I've been training.
How are you getting women to go on the scale and take a picture of? Like, I know women do not like to
Yeah.
take picture of the
Scale.
their weight.
Oh no, they private message me there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because then, like in front of
I
everybody,
would- yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
like women are like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not.
Like,
Yeah. No, they private message me, but anything that's said on the group chat is just like their meal plan, just the
just
basic
basic
information.
stuff.
Oh, so you keep them all in a group chat and
Yeah.
message them. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. We should do a video about your program.
Yeah, I did a challenge on the intermittent fasting as well.
Huh?
So that one was a really good one. Like a lot of the ladies enjoyed that.
So would you say your clientele is majority women?
Majority women. Usually I mean it's not a women fitness center, but
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot of-
already, like, my first assumption was,
Yeah.
she just trains women.
Yeah. Usually the guys are more like, because you can't really get like a whole lot of guys, and then like if you're a lady and you come into the gym and it's your first time, like you would feel.
Yeah, that awkwardness
It's
will
the
be
same
there.
thing with guys. Like if guys walk into
A gym
my
and they are.
yeah, and they see a whole lot of women, they'll be like,
That's what I thought. That's why I never
I don't
came.
want, yeah, you see, no, but it's you have that perspective, so
Yeah.
you'd want to like be comfortable with who you're with.
Yeah.
So I usually get the guys to come in at night at 7 p.m.
But then, again, we shouldn't do that, you know?
Exactly, that's what I
Like,
mean. Like
if
I'm
you-
trying to break that.
That stigma. That's a
Yeah.
stigma, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Of like men and women can't train together.
yeah, exactly.
Because it
No, it's
happens.
only in PNG. Like,
Yeah.
it's only in PNG.
Yeah,
It's because we're just culturally driven, like a lot.
Yeah, tradition
A lot
and
of
all
our
that stuff, like,
how we act
you know.
is hugely based on our culture, you know.
yeah,
And we're not taught to adapt.
yeah.
Well, much like it's changing, slowly changing. You can see good, positive changes like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
now,
Yeah,
you know. But it'll take time.
Yeah.
Probably our kids, or our kids' kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's something you'd like to see, like a change in terms of like fitness?
I used to see it grow. There's not much knowledge to people about how important it is to
Keep fit.
keep fit, take care of yourself. A lot of lifestyle diseases.
Yeah, lifestyle. That's
Yeah.
one thing. Hey, We're gonna tackle that as well. Okay, next week we'll continue this next weekend. We're gonna have a chat about it. Yeah. Jed, what do you do?
Me,
You gonna tell the people what you do? Yes, no,
the
maybe?
only thing that I can say is I work for the government.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
And I'm here dissing the government like.
nah, it's all right. Trust me, I feel the same way as everybody else. I'm just a facilitator, okay?
Yeah,
Guys,
okay.
don't shit on me.
Yeah.
Even though I work for the government, don't shit on me.
It's
Yeah.
okay. No, but it's nice to understand that you're separating yourself
Yeah.
from where you work. Some people can't do that,
Yeah.
especially digital stuff. You try to tell them digital's expensive, they're gonna jump on
They're
you.
loyal to the core.
Yeah. Nah, they're just loyal to their 20 gigs they get every month. You know what I'm talking about.
It's you know it's we have to call out things that are wrong.
Yeah.
Without like and there's a quote that says leadership is leadership. It's not about the it's about working with people. It's about working with people who are going to call out your shortcomings
Flaws, yeah.
without fear of retaliation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's so.
You have to be able to accept that too,
Yeah,
as a person.
and, our most of the people in our in parliament and all that they anyways.
Yeah, bro, trust me.
Yeah,
That's another
anyways,
topic
that's another
too.
topic.
I've been around them long enough
Yeah.
to know how arrogant they can be and how, again, they're set in their ways.
They're set in their
baby
ways,
boomers. And they're
Oh,
just,
yeah,
it's their way or the highway.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is, to me, that's just what I do.
You take what you take what you can and you
Throw out
Just
the rest,
ignore, yeah.
delete the rest.
yeah
Have that filter,
yeah. So
Cool. What's one thing you want to say to the fucked up generation, which is us? When we say
if
fucked
my
up generation,
post-
Don't be a
Yes.
fuck up.
we
my-
mean ourselves too, because we're a part of this.
yeah,
You know,
we're not saying that we're better.
We're-
than
yeah, we're
the
not
rest of
saying
you.
we're better than you.
This
We're saying we're aware of it.
yeah.
What can we do about it?
Yeah, we should.
There's a
We should.
difference.
Yeah, we should acknowledge it, and we should talk about these things more.
Yeah.
If my post has offended any of you, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Don't. Me, when I post something and people get offended, I'm like, maybe it's true.
Hey, I
Check
mean,
yourself.
If the shoe fits, fucking wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it
know
is one of them.
honestly, I feel like my post has. I mean, my recent post has offended quite a couple of my friends because I saw the
Yeah.
the recent.
Kimberly
update.
situation. Yeah.
And then after my post, it was kind of taken down. It was taken, and then
They took down their post.
reported it.
no, like they took down their own posts about Kimberly and Darren and all that stuff. So
You
and
made it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
made
it-
a.
You made an impact.
yeah, so in my
Yeah.
head, like if a win is a win.
Yeah, a win is a win.
win is a win.
I bet you some would probably go and like actually Google like what was
Yeah, yeah.
happening, you know,
Yeah.
like with your post,
Yeah.
and trying to figure out like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is actually happening
Yeah.
around there. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
No, because
Either
you
way,
see,
you-
like it's true.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but people in influencers, you know who you are. They talk about the mundane shit that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah,
You
look,
know.
we do not want to see your
Yeah.
TikTok dancers, please, please.
But no, don't get me wrong. There are some people who are fighting a good fight. You know,
yeah, they are.
they're out there, they're educating people. Like the people doing the youth parliaments that honestly I'd like to be a part of sometime, just to see what's going on, what they're talking about. But yeah, stuff like that, you know, advocating for the people,
Yep.
like Queen Pads, like
Well,
those guys are doing a great job on like
Manolo
yeah.
Aviation and MAF.
MEF. Yeah.
MAF, yeah. Shows
There's a lot of people fighting the good fight,
Yeah.
but again, the people with the bad voices, with the bad intentions,
Yeah.
they're the loudest, you know.
Yeah, they're the loudest,
So it's clouding all the good things that are happening. We're not saying we're fucked, you know, we're fucked, but there are some good things that are happening in the world. So yeah, like the fact that we just launched to go to the moon again.
Yeah, man, exciting times.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
We live in times where like it's exciting to live
Yeah,
in,
like-
but it's also fucking scary.
it's we're witnessing like history being made, and this is gonna be like this the stuff that's happening they're going to be written down in history books, and maybe like our grandchildren and their
Yeah,
children
yeah,
are going
yeah.
to read about it in books. And we're just like on social media, just like mindlessly scrolling on TikTok. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just
We have
use social media wisely. Just
Yeah.
use it, just do better. Just
Yeah.
You're
improve
right.
yourself.
I agree.
Use it as a proper tool to
Fact check.
yeah.
Do all of that. All of the above.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. We're gonna sign out now. Peace. See you in the next episode. You press stop.